Go.
Streaming from South Africa to the world. This is the Stonks Go Moon podcast. What just happened? We break it down so you don't have to.
Welcome everyone to the Stonks Go Moon podcast. Retail investing is having a moment. Markets are volatile, AI is everywhere, and busy professionals are trying to build wealth and tools designed 20 years ago. Tradesk wants to fix that. It's a mobile-first brokerage built for real people with real jobs, prioritizing trust, calm design, and an AI co-pilot that actually helps instead of overwhelms. Today, we're unpacking how retail investing is being rebuilt from the ground up. My guest today, Eric Chu, co-founder and CEO of Tradesk. Welcome to the pod.
Well, thank you very much, Rocco. Appreciate the opportunity to be on the show.
Thank you, sir. Let's jump right into it. Retail platforms today feels like casinos, confusing charts, hype cycles, social feeds. Tradex thesis is simple. Busy professionals need clarity, not chaos. So where do you think most brokerages lose the plot?
Yeah, that's a very, very good question. I think a couple of areas that I can think of. One, a lot of the brokerage firms or brokerage platforms, they simply kind of lose focus, right? Okay. You know, they focus too much on features, what features they build, what features they put out to their customer base, but not less on the real customers' pain points. Especially for us, so we're targeting the busy working professionals. So we believe that specific group of people, they are, be it, IT professionals, maybe doctors, maybe lawyers, right? These are typically non-finance working professionals. They are very busy building up their career in whatever profession they're in. They're very busy raising a family, right? So what's left over, it's very limited amount of time that can be dedicated or allocated to financial investing. But on the other hand, those are the exact pain points, because for them, they have the income, they have the willingness, and they want to be successful over the longer term from a financial perspective. So that's exactly sort of what we think their pain points are. That's, unfortunately, a lot of the other sort of brokerage firms, they simply lose that focus.
Yeah, I see a lot of them chasing after gambling or probability bets instead of just focusing on core business. But getting back to your point about busy professionals, why would those professionals maybe not use a financial advisor and instead choose to do it themselves?
That's, again, very good question. I would not say that all of those professionals would be using what we call self-directed platform. Yes. Some they do use financial advisors. It depends on sort of the specific preference and the circumstances, the background of those busy professionals. Some of our customers who come to or attracted to our platform tend to be in their sort of early 20s, late 20s, early 30s, have sort of just started to get established in whatever profession they're in. These are typically more digital native type of customers, people. They wanted to get their hands dirty on looking at investment opportunities, on building up their own portfolio, either on the direct investing into stocks, options, ETFs, or maybe building a so to speak, so-called a robo-advisor. But anyway, they wanted to build things themselves. They wanted to take things into control. I think these are the type of customers that we typically cater to.
Okay, so we'll get into the robo side a bit later on. But tell me about your history. I read you spent 2 years. 2 decades. 2 years. I almost shortchanged you on Wall Street. Is that correct?
That's correct. So I've had a journey. I've had a journey on Wall Street. Okay. My journey actually started on Wall Street at a very, very interesting time, and that was 2008. So 2008, I graduated from MBA program from New York, NYU Stern School of Business with my MBA. Actually, before graduation, I had a full-time offer in hand. Guess from which firm? Bear Stearns. So long story short, Bear Stearns, back then was the top 3, top 5 investment bank in the world, essentially blew up overnight, right? Yes. And that got acquired by JP Morgan, and so did my job. My first sort of a job offer, graduating from MBA. But anyway, interesting time to be going in the market. but I ended up working at a hedge fund in 2008, 2009 for a couple of years. Again, very interesting time. A lot of moving pieces, as you can imagine, a lot of volatility in the market. Being on the hedge fund side of things, I would say, times 2, times 3 that. Just because we were literally the front row seat, right? But after that, I also worked at...
Let's just pause there for a moment.
Sure.
What was, because from my sort of viewpoint, that 2 decades on Wall Street shaped your journey with Tradesk. So that bloodbath, initial baptism of fire in 2008, what was that like exactly? If you can go into a bit of detail for me, what did you see? What did you experience? What did you feel?
So this is talking to all the way taking back to 2008, right? Sort of the peak of the crazy times. A lot of chaos, right? A lot of chaos. And obviously we were sort of on the front row seat. A lot of chaos in the financial market. Every single day you wake up, you turn on TV or open up your computer, you see a firm blows up, right? Something blows up. The market is down 5%, 7%, right? It has halted because of the volatility by the exchanges. So a lot of noise, a lot of chaos, and so which put a lot of sort of players, especially players on Wall Street, into a very chaotic situation, right? Either you are an investment bank trying to help your clients, or you are a hedge fund trying to make money for your shareholders, or you're a company, right? Publicly listed companies see your stock prices just whipsawed, right, on a daily basis. Either way, I mean, every single walk of Wall Street, I mean, was impacted. But it's again great experience being on the front row seat, seeing all those played out. But I think the learning from that experience, and also the subsequent almost 2 decades of experience working on Wall Street, is that there is a lot going on with institutional investors. A lot of resources, capital, money, talents. I'm talking the smartest people on the planet, right? Go into helping those institutional investors, large money managers of the world, right? However, what's been left out are, the average people who do not work on Wall Street, who are not finance professionals, right? But these may be very busy working professionals, right? In whatever profession they're in, they are doing really well, but on the other hand, they may not have the interest or the time or simply the preference to be sort of spending 3-5 hours a day diving into financials, right? But again, they all want to be successful over time for their retirement, for their kids' education, what have you, right? But that's kind of the opportunity that we saw, especially drawing from my own personal experience working on the Wall Street for different roles.
And I think for those professionals also, sometimes it's a fear and sort of decision paralysis, maybe. Do I, don't I? And I read an article, I can't remember, a couple of months ago, from your guys, you call it the intimidation gap.
Absolutely. I think that's...
What exactly is that, and sort of like, how do you address that?
Very, very good question. I think that's one of the most important questions if you look at if you look at investing in general, because for a lot of people who do not breathe in and out, right, this financial use, or we're looking at financial models on a daily basis, for them, a lot of fear, right? They are fearful of missing out on good opportunities, and they're fearful of making mistakes that can cause them a lot of losses, right? In capital, in money, right? There's that. And also the fear of not doing the right thing. Did I pick the right stock? Did I buy at the right time? So what you see is a lot of people, they ended up refreshing their browser, 15 times an hour just to see if there's any updates, refreshing their portfolio in their brokerage accounts, and just to see, okay, am I making money? Am I losing money, right? Does it sound ring a bell? So anyway, we with all of those in mind, right? So for a Tradesk, what we had done is we had designed not a full-blown out full service platform. We had put together a few key features that specifically address those issues, right? For example, fear of not knowing what you're doing, right, as a new investor. So we built out a paper trading feature where you don't have to use real money, right? You can use essentially virtual money or fake money, but we design it in a way so that you still trade stocks, and stocks for now, the same way as you do in a real portfolio, in a real market. You still buy stock at the same price, buy, sell, look at your return, so on and so forth. But all those are for practice, right? These are not real money. You don't have to worry about, losing real money. So that's one. The other is, stock picking. I mentioned stock picking earlier, right? Again, as a former equity research analyst myself, I used to spend essentially 12 to 15-hour days looking at 15 to 20 different stocks. That's the sector that I used to cover, telecommunications.
Wow.
Average investor, you just simply do not have that kind of time, resources, tools. Right? And tools and capital to dive in with that kind of detail. But in the meantime, you don't have to pick individual stocks. So that's why we designed something called thematic trading, right? Okay. Maybe you are interested or you believe in a certain trend. For example, AI investing, right? Yes. For example, EV, maybe nuclear, maybe gold in that general, right? Okay. You don't have to pick individual stocks. So we have designed that so that you can put in a dollar amount and then you can invest in a basket of stocks all at once, right? You can just specify, okay, I want to invest however much, right? $100, $200 per week, per month, right? Per quarter, what have you. And then the program, once you set up that, thematic trading, you can invest that, so that you don't have to pick stocks, right? The other part is timing of the market. Yes. Everybody knows that in order to make money, you want to buy low, sell high, right? But that's timing the market is almost impossible to do, even for professionals, right? So what do in that case? You, as I mentioned just now, so you do recurring investments, what we call dollar cost average, right? You buy the same amount for a certain period, repetitively, right? Stay in the market. That way you stay in the market. When the market's down, you buy more. When the market's up, you buy a little less, right? That's dollar cost average or value cost average, what have you. So recurring investments, again, that just to avoid or address the issue with market timing. And also AI integration. We can talk about that a little later. Help people with, accelerate, improve efficiency, help them educate themselves.
Actually, my next point, but to touch on what you said, it's just basically sound financial principles that have somehow in the last couple of years went out the window. It's just with hype and excessive leverage and sort of, okay, cool, let's bring it back to sound financial principles. And to me, I like what you're saying. I want to touch on AI because it's a very big topic at the moment. And as I lose my camera and I go back, sorry, whoever is in charge, is it Elon? Is it Sam Altman? Okay, sorry, I don't know who took my camera away and taking my camera away again. All right, AI Copilot designed for humans. What exactly are we talking about? So what is AI?
So we have spent a lot of time, in the AI space, looking at potential different solutions that we can bring in to our customers. We have spoken with a lot of different vendors, right? Okay. Some with different focuses, but we have identified one vendor that we decided to work with. This is a vendor that's very much financial specific with AI tools that developed specifically for financial services firms. Okay. With the depth as well as the width that covered the financial services firms and also the mindset. So what we had right now is a AI tool that's fully integrated with the Tradesk platform. So three different things you can do, right? Customers can do with that AI tool. You
Yeah.
can use the AI tool. It's an interactive chat tool. You can ask questions, the AI engine questions related to the market, any questions you can ask, right? General market trends, certain topics, anything related to the market. You can ask the AI questions, right? The AI will take, a little bit of time to search the entire database and provide you with the answer. So that's one type of kind of question. The other is customers can ask questions related to any stock, right? You can ask about certain stocks, for example,
Yes.
what have you, Tesla, right?
Yes,
Google,
yes.
what have you. And then you can ask anything about that stocks. What happens to the latest earnings? What happens to the company's cash flow? What happens to the company's senior management team, right? What drove the stock? Whatever question the customer can think of related
Yes.
to that stock, to any stock, right? And then the third one, potentially the most important one, is you can ask questions related to your portfolio. The AI is able to analyze, calculate your portfolio, and provide answers to you. For example, we can ask the AI engine, what happens to my portfolio over the last 3 years versus the S&P 500? That's a very, very easy one. Tracking performance.
Yes.
You can ask the AI engine, what drove my portfolio up 2%, 3%, 5% today or last month? What are the factors, right? Things like that. So it's very interesting that customers essentially, once they have a portfolio, they can interact with the AI engine, ask essentially anything related to investments.
So it's like asking your own personal financial advisor, actually.
In a way,
In a way.
But I think the advantage here is if you work with specific person, financial advisor,
Yes.
no matter how good or he or she is,
Yes.
typically his experience is limited to a certain area or to whatever experience the financial advisor has, right? But with this one, you're essentially tapping into the power of AI. So the AI engine would analyze, right, and synthesize all the data in the market and then provide you with a concise answer.
But also maybe like it to educate yourself and ask better questions.
Absolutely. So you can absolutely use that as an educational tool. Actually, a lot of our customers, they do that. They might be very new to investing. They might be asking very basic questions, but that's, and also it would be helpful if they can ask questions not related to things not in their portfolio, but also related to things in their portfolio so that they feel it's more involved, it's more relevant to them. So that you definitely have that flexibility.
Awesome. Eric, last question before I let you go. Tradesk is competing in a world of the Robinhoods and the eToros and the likes. Where do you see yourself carving out a lane in between all those platforms? I mean, it's saying that you're not a platform, but still same space.
So I kind of went over some of the thinking process or the rationale for how the Tradesk platform came about. I think for us, our specialty is we are, first of all, we're targeting a very specific group of customers. These are working professionals in their fairly early in their career. Second of all, we have designed tools specifically with their pain points in mind, right? We're not trying to be everywhere for everyone. We're, coming together with a platform that's specifically designed for their pain points, what they care about the most. And also we focus on educate our customers, and also building good habits for our customers.
Right.
I think those are, by the end of the day, especially for average customer, average investor that are not spending 10 plus hours a day in the financial market, those are the important ones over the long term.
I love how we came full circle. I appreciate you joining me today. If the listeners want to go and follow you and find out more about Tradesk, how they can join, where can they find you and where can they connect?
So they can always find us at Tradesk, www.tradesk.co. They can also find me at LinkedIn. So just search Eric Chu, CFA and Tradesk, and then you'll be able to find me.
We'll put all the links in the comments somewhere. Eric, thank you so much for joining me today. And to our listeners, peace, love, and prosperity. I'll catch you in the next one.
Wait.